We ain't found Sith.
Warning, the following podcast contains speculation, which may be confused with spoilers, although it may also contain spoilers. You have been warned.
Hello, and welcome to issue 91 of We Ain't Found Sith. My name is Eben. I am your host. Joining me, as always, my co-host, the man who joins in at the last minute so that we don't get any time to prep before we start the show.
Nightcrawler. I made it.
Yeah. And joining us once again, official semi-regular co-host of We Ain't Found Sith, my friend, your friend, Raul. Raul, welcome once again, my friend.
Nice to be back.
I'm officially promoting you to semi-regular co-host, my friend.
I'll drink to that. Yeah.
There you go. Skol. Anyways, so we had a pretty big weekend in geeky stuff that we like to watch. Mortal Kombat. We had the final episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We had the second to last episode of Invincible. I believe next week, episode 8 is the final episode of the season.
Yep.
Just all in all, a pretty decent weekend of stuff coming out. Raul, I know you already told me you did not get a chance to check it out. Pedro, did you get a chance to check out Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I did.
Raul, are you like a spoilers guy? Or you really don't give a shit? You're gonna see it anyway, regardless.
They're gonna fight. Someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
Fatality somewhere. I mean,
Exactly.
what's you know?
You know what? That is the perfect review of this movie.
All right.
There you go.
Nailed
That
it.
is
man.
That is the perfect review. The most cinematic part of this movie is that first 15 minutes of the movie that the first 7 minutes of were released online for free on YouTube. Really, other than that, this is Mortal Kombat. This is what's going on. You've been chosen to be a fighter. Now let's find out what cool shit you can do.
Yep, that's it.
And that pretty much sums up the movie. And I was quite pleased with it. I did not go in expecting, Oscar bait. I knew what I was getting. I made some popcorn. I wolfed it down while watching this movie. It was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Pedro, your thoughts?
I'm not as invested in Mortal Kombat as I am comic movies, so it was horrible, but I liked it. I mean,
I like the trailer. I'll tell you.
I'll be real. It was an awful movie, but I enjoyed it. I would watch it.
It's a bad movie, but it's good bad.
Yeah.
Was it like Pacific Rim bad?
I never seen that movie.
It's like Pacific Rim.
It was fun, but it was it's not gonna.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. We're just gonna pull shit out of our ass.
Yeah. No, it was. I mean, the plot holes everywhere. Really badly written. Your main character is forgettable as fuck.
There's plot holes all over the storyline of the MK video games too.
No, there isn't. No, that shit. No, bro. They fucking
so many plot holes that they decided to retcon the whole thing with Mortal Kombat 10.
Right? No, 9. 9 is where they redid everything. But I pick up from 9. I don't look at the stuff before because 9 doesn't. NetherRealm has killed it in storytelling. Like, if you've played the games, you know what I'm fucking talking about. NetherRealm Studios.
Is that when it started? 9?
That's when they retconned it, yeah. That's with Kratos and Freddy Krueger and all those weird characters that were added to the game.
I never got any of the DLC characters.
Well, okay, that was the first time they went back to its origins and they just they restarted from scratch.
I just remember they introduced the storyline playthrough mode.
Exactly, and that's
it was
why.
Replaying 1, 2, and 3 or something.
Exactly. That's when they did. That was 9.
Okay.
So they tell stories really good. NetherRealm have killed it with Injustice and Mortal Kombat.
Injustice.
Yeah, it's all NetherRealm. They're masterful at this shit. And then you get this movie, and it's like, holy shit, the games are like beyond, like just so much better.
Well, also the playthrough of the game is what, like 11 hours of
Yeah,
gameplay
it's long. It's
to
long.
tell the story. Like
It's
this
long.
is,
Yeah,
this was a 2 hour movie.
but it's just the craftsmanship. I'm not even like. There's also like a fourth of the roster. There's like 5 characters in this movie. It's not it's not dense like the games are. They could have written a really good story, but it's not NetherRealm writing it. With that said, I'm not a huge. I'm like everyone on the podcast knows. I am very harsh when it comes to comic book movies and shit that I like. NetherRealm I like, but I'm not like. I mean, not NetherRealm. Mortal Kombat I like, but I'm. It was horribly. It was a horrible movie, but it was fun as fuck. I enjoyed it.
I had so much fun watching this movie.
Yeah.
Like it felt like Godzilla versus Kong kind of gave me a little bit of that, like, me turn off brain, me watch big ape fight.
I'm also
lizard.
I'm not invested in
Yeah.
Godzilla or King Kong, and I really like that movie too.
Yeah.
That's because I don't really care about the lore.
You could just shut your brain off and just be like, I just want to watch these cool visuals.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought, in fact, when it comes to Godzilla versus Kong, Kevin Smith had just a great idea. Kevin Smith was like, listen, I'll pay extra if you just give me the cut of the movie that just has them fighting. Like, no humans in it at all.
Yeah.
It'll be a much shorter movie. I'll pay a couple of extra bucks. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. What else? The Easter eggs. Okay.
Okay,
I was watching.
Gone back and rewatched it. So
I've seen it like 3 times
I
already.
probably some of these things skip my mind.
Oh no, I've seen it 3 times already. That it was horrible, but it was like the Easter eggs really. If
so horrible, you had to rewatch it over and over.
Okay, again, reiterate. As a movie, it's horrible, but I liked it. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations. Like I'm not gonna rate it like, oh, but Mortal Kombat it has great storytelling. I'm not that invested. I got what I got, and I'm fine with it. The Easter eggs, though. Let me tell you something about those Easter eggs. You can tell that the fucking either director or the writer or somebody who was involved with this loved the fuck out of Mortal Kombat. And then I think the writers had no idea what Mortal Kombat was. Because I don't know if you did either of you guys play Mortal Kombat 1 or 2 growing up in the arcades?
Original one, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So when you were fighting your younger sibling or like somebody who had no idea what to do, what was their go-to?
Sub-Zero, I guess.
No. What was the not necessarily, but what was the move that you would always do? No, it was the uppercut. Everybody would do the uppercut because it was so satisfying, right? What was the main thing in the fucking movie? The main character,
do an uppercut.
Do an uppercut the whole time. Because that was the solution to everything in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. It was the uppercut. And then the other thing, I don't know if you caught this.
I always remember, just because it's a vivid memory, because I'm with Edwin from Lemon City.
Yeah.
And one of our other friends, I don't remember which one it was. I had just gotten the game for Super Nintendo. And we are fighting through the tournament because now we have unlimited continues. We don't have to put a couple people in tokens or quarters into the machine.
Yeah.
And we get to Shang Tsung. And Edwin and my other friend, they keep between themselves. Like, no, because we're better at this game than you are. And I'm just like, and then finally I'm like, guys, let me have a turn. What can happen? We've lost like 20 times. And I fucking jump in there with Liu Kang, and all I do is spam high punch for the entire round.
Yeah,
take him out.
Yeah, and aside from that, like, I was watching Maximilian, dude. Shout out, it's a streamer. He was talking about this fucking movie, and he made a very good. I caught this reference, but I didn't think about it. Back in the day, when you knew how to play the game, and somebody was just doing that, just throwing punches,
it was the most frustrating thing in the world.
No, it wasn't. Because if you knew how to play the game, all you have to do is hold down, back, and fucking hard kick, and you sweep them. and it works every time. And in the movie, they did that when Kano first started fighting Liu Kang or the Hat Dude. I forgot the Hat Dude's
Kung
name.
Lao?
Raiden?
Kun Lao.
Oh.
When he was first fighting Kun Lao, he was talking all this shit, and all that Kun Lao did was sweep kick, and he fell down like 4 times, and then he did that Mortal Kombat classic jump where their legs are wide open. He did that jump over one of the kicks, and then he did it again. He swept them again. That was such a good fucking Easter egg. Because I remembered being a kid watching that. I was just like, oh my God.
You don't
Aside
need to
from
go
many
any
others.
further than any Sub-Zero fight scene.
Yep. Well, Sub-Zero was straight. The choreography, the combo strings
Straight
that
out
he
of the
uses, straight out of 10.
Yeah.
Like 100% right out of 10.
Ice walls, ice clone, like every single one, the ice sword, like all of Sub-Zero's moves from the game are in this movie.
Yep. No, not only that, but the combo string that you could do in the game is in that movie. The choreography was really specific to like mimic the fighting. So in that respect, I give the movie like a 10 out of 10. But the movie was really bad.
Yeah, the directors knew their shit.
Yeah, he knew he really she would, I don't know who directed it, really liked Mortal Kombat.
I'm gonna say the director of the movie, the director of photography, who's in charge of like laying out the shots and stuff like that. Even like the cinematographer, you could tell all the people that were working on this movie behind the scenes, they know their shit. They know Mortal Kombat. They know what we were looking for. But you're right. The writing staff, our main character, our main protagonist is an unknown character who's never appeared in any game.
And weak. Oh my God, what a weak personality. What a weak act. I don't know if he's a weak actor, but his performance was horrible. Holy shit.
We've got, just like the whole thing with like, you got to unlock your arcana.
I like
what
that.
The fuck is this, D&D?
I like that. I actually like that. I like that take because it's kind of a modern twist on what that franchise was.
Well,
I like the fact that they got like because I mean we're in a world now where like all this fantastic shit isn't it's people don't watch comic book movies like the Marvel and the DC. They don't watch them for the fantastic shit. The best movie, it's clear, the best fucking DC movie has been the Nolan movies. And what did the Nolan movies make? They made fucking Batman as grounded as humanly possible. There's nothing magical about that version of Batman. You know what I mean?
Right, but I almost wish like they would have, instead of making it like magic, like instead of Jax getting like these skinny robot arms, and then when he unlocks his arcana, they turn into the big hulking like bionic arms.
Yeah. Well,
like,
go ahead.
Yeah?
Well, see that's like the little things that just because I do play the games and I know a little bit about the lore, there is so many, and this is why I'm saying the writers had no idea what Mortal Kombat was. There are different realms and different universes that they could like pull from. There is a fucking thing called Cyrax, which is literally a cyborg with metallic arms. They could have just taken him to one of those facilities to make
and put
robot
cybernetic arms on him.
Done. Done. There's a bunch of fucking like really weak shit, but whatever.
I do like that when Sonya gets like her powers, it's the old school purple rings.
Yeah, but I hated the fact that she knew how to use that power immediately.
Yeah,
she got it and killed Teeth Girl with one fucking
Melina.
Like Melina immediately. It was like, man. Meanwhile, our main character. By the way, look how fucking horrible of an idea this character was. From the beginning, all he does is get his ass whooped.
Oh,
and then
awesome.
hold on. So then he finally he has this mark that means he's like the defender of one of the defenders of Earth for Mortal Kombat. And with that mark, you have to train and like make this power come out, kind of like an X-Men. You have to like perfect this power. He doesn't know how to channel it to make it come out, so he kind of like quits. He's like, I'm done with this. I'm gonna go I'm gonna just hang out with my family. And then the motherfucker sends fucking Goro at him. You know who Goro is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this little dweeb is supposed to fight Goro, and what does he continue to do? He just gets his ass whooped to the point where his powers come out, and what it does is give him Black Panther armor, which just lets him get hit more. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
All right.
So the whole thing is he just gets
and
punched.
then he develops like out of nowhere like tonfas.
Yeah, he gets tonfas. It was like,
And
what
I'm like, if you were gonna do a regular human and you were gonna give him that as a weapon, why didn't you just make this guy Striker?
Exactly.
Like,
It's so backwards, man. This is where I'm saying the writers had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah.
This is like
so
yeah.
at this point,
So our
I'm like,
main-
you know what? Throw a blue and white shirt on that guy, put a backwards black hat on him, and just make him Striker.
Yeah.
Have him call in calling the drone and all that.
It's so, bro. The fact that they got this character who throughout the entire movie just got his ass whooped and then just doubled down on that fucking power and just made his power just hit him more and then he gets strong. That's it. That was his power. He just gets hit more.
And apparently these writers have written a trilogy.
Oh boy.
I knew there was a sequel in the works already, but I didn't know it was a trilogy.
Apparently it's 4 more movies, but I hope
4 more movies?
that's the rumor mill. I don't know if that's true.
The guy that played Sub-Zero, his contract is for 5 films. So
maybe there's a prequel in there, you know?
That could be one of the things. There could be a prequel. It could be just a Sub-Zero movie.
I would watch that.
Sub-Zero go from being one of Earth's champions to like working for Outworld. You know, that's a story in itself. So there's plenty of lore. Will they be introducing Sub-Zero 2?
They definitely will, because at the end he dies and he's going to turn into Noob. That's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
We've got you bring in Scorpion, and then it almost feels like you closed his story in this movie. Like you had him in 2 scenes, and really you only had Scorpion in 1 scene, because before that who you have is
Hanzo. You just
Hanzo
had
Hasashi, who's badass, and that actor, I love that actor. I've loved him ever since Last Samurai.
Yeah.
But it seems like, man, you brought in like this good caliber actor to do this film, and then you didn't really do much with him.
Yeah, but arguably, not arguably. Oh, I think this is 100%. The best thing about that movie was the fight with Sub-Zero and Scorpion. That move, the fight, the 2 fight scenes in the beginning and the end were the best thing about that movie. Like, it was so good. Jessica
says Hanson was amazing. Also from the 90s, but not really anything to do with with Mortal Kombat.
What I was gonna say, Kano. Carried the whole movie on his back.
What was the meme that got posted in our Facebook group?
Yeah, he's suffering.
Hans was the 80s. That he was a diehard.
Hans Gruber.
He was the best. He was the best thing about this movie. They should have put that effort to writing.
What was the thing they put in our Facebook group? The actor who plays Kano's been hospitalized after
severe back injury
on his back.
With severe back injuries for carrying the movie on his back.
Yeah,
but he's it was misplaced. The efforts and the comedy and all that fucking shit that they wrote for him should have been for our main character, for us to actually give a fuck about him.
Well, also
because we care so much about this horrible piece of shit bad guy.
Yeah.
But
shouldn't our main character have been Liu Kang?
I mean, they're trying to they're trying to make a new character. Like, I don't hate them for trying to do something different. You know me. I like when people try to change shit up.
Unless he's gonna become Scorpion, like the whole idea of like he's a descendant of Scorpion.
I thought 2 things were gonna happen. Either he was gonna just transform into Scorpion and just pretty much die. He was just gonna burn and now he's Scorpion, or he was going to I don't want to say a symbiotic relationship with Scorpion, but like he was gonna get summoned, kind of like what they did with the movie, but he was gonna get summoned as like he would control Scorpion. You know what I mean? It would be like a connection type situation. But
he does like old school Captain Marvel, where when Rick Jones slams the quantum bands together, he disappears and Captain Marvel's in his place.
Yeah, so, that's what I thought was going to happen, something like that. But I mean, bad writers. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. But I don't hate them for trying to do something new. That was a new character. It was just horrible.
Yeah.
Just don't make your character a punching bag. I mean, I think they watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia way too many times and turned him into Charlie. It was just he gets stronger. Just keep punching him. I guess it's so stupid.
There you go.
But whatever. But no, but the movie was fun. I do recommend everybody watching, especially if you like Mortal Kombat. But if you're going there and you really like Mortal Kombat, you're gonna get real pissed off at what they fucking changed.
I can't believe they didn't do this, or I can't believe they didn't do that.
Yeah.
The story should have been Scorpion fighting his way out of hell to get to Sub-Zero. That would have been a cool movie. I don't know if you could call that a Mortal Kombat movie. That seems like a good idea for like the prequel or something like that. That's
technically I saw there's also rumors saying I didn't read this. I was just told that the director of this movie said that this was supposed to be the prequel to a Mortal Kombat, because technically it was a Mortal Kombat. There was no tournament. It was just them prepping. So the next movie will be where they find all of them, because we get the Easter egg for Johnny Cage.
For Johnny Cage.
So we're gonna get Johnny Cage. So the next movie will probably be the actual tournament, and then from there on out, that's when the shit starts hitting the fan with the wars and all that fucking shit.
I love somebody posted, it was another meme I saw today where it was it's two girls fighting each other, and one girl says Outworld fighters, and the other one says Earthrealm fighters, and then there's this guy just taking pictures or whatever on the side. It was Raiden.
Bro, talk about a really bad. I like that they finally just made him Asian, because for the longest time it was one of the producers in in NetherRealm just dressed up as that Big Trouble in Little China character, but they made him legit Asian. I kind of liked it. I just wish he had the Fu Manchu and the whole fucking getup, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers.
I don't recall Raiden ever having facial hair.
No, he didn't, but he should. Why the fuck not?
Okay, you want to add facial
hair? Yeah. Add him. Make him a real fucking god. Anyway.
I did not catch that on my first watch through. When I watch it again, I'll keep an eye out for that.
What, Katana's?
Katana's fan was in the background.
There was a bunch of shit in the background.
Yeah.
There was the amulet.
I saw something that had a down arrow, a forward arrow, and an LP. Down, forward, low punch.
I didn't catch that.
It was one of those weird things. It was on a bathroom mirror or something.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I gotta go back. I gotta watch it again. Keep an eye out open for that. I'll be honest. I kind of watched it on my tablet.
Oh. Because you didn't really watch it.
Yeah. I gotta throw it up on the TV in the living room and watch it there for real.
Yeah, I saw it once while playing a video game. I saw it the second time just for real watching it, and then the third time I watched it just in the background, just waiting for the fight scenes. Not the Scorpion and Sub-Zero fights. That's pretty much it.
But yeah, so that was my Friday night.
That was
my Friday right after work was the final episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I gotta say, I dig the suit. I do.
No, I don't.
You don't? What do you think? You think it looks a little puffy?
It looks fucking. I don't care about that character, 0%, and I think the costume looks fucking stupid.
I don't know, man. I liked it. I like the red, white, and blue Falcon suit. I love the little tricks and all that. When he's fighting this girl, where he uses the shield to block, but he puts the wings out to dig into the ground to give him some extra support and stuff like that. Good thing that shield's made out of vibranium, because we saw what happened to U.S. Agent's fake shield.
What a flip! I wanted our U.S. agent to be likable from the start and just kind of have turn into a bad guy. They did the whole thing where they hired the worst looking person, the person that you just don't want to like, They did everything for you not to like him. Like, oh, he's the new Captain America. No, he's not, because Chris Evans is. Fuck this guy. I don't even know who this guy is. You know what I mean? They did all that shit.
Well, it's the way they did it, right? It's
No,
the way
it was
like
purpose. It was
I told you that was what was going to happen.
right, but I don't like that. At the end, I don't give a fuck about this guy, and I'm supposed to. They're trying to get you to give a fuck. You know what I mean?
I didn't take it that way. I think his whole purpose is that he's like this government guy who, you know, doesn't actually stand up for like what's right. He does like what he's ordered to do.
Yeah.
So I'm not, you know, I'm not writing him off. Like I could understand his character, but like
Right.
I'm not saying like, oh, he's a good guy, or like, he's gonna do whatever he's ordered to do. He's gonna be like America's version of the Winter Soldier. Like he's gonna take his orders. He's gonna do them. He's not gonna ask.
He's not, because at the end you get the whole Hydra, Miss Hydra or Madam Hydra thing. So you're not getting that. He's obviously going to be a Hydra agent.
Right, but she's obviously well connected within the government.
Yeah.
So like she's obviously gonna send him on like, you know, missions for the government that he's gonna just like execute them without question. Like that's where that character's going. And if I recall, U.S. Agent in the comics, that's his character. That's who he is. Like U.S. Agents never had like that epiphany moment of like, I've just been doing what they tell me to do without realizing whether it's been right or wrong, because he's not Cap.
Right.
And that's who this guy's gonna be.
Right, but when they first introduced him as Captain America, this was Captain America didn't die in the comics. He was just he kind of retired.
But it was pretty much the same thing.
It was, but they transformed him into that character because nobody liked him. That's why they made him the U.S. agent instead of a Captain America.
Well, they made him the U.S. agent because Cap came back.
Yeah, they brought him back because nobody was buying the comic because no one liked this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
But that storyline, Cap gives up the shield voluntarily because he doesn't agree with what the government is doing.
Right.
And then they turn around and they give his stuff to this guy.
Right.
Who had already been established. He was brought in. He had been brought in as a character called the Super Patriot.
Right. And he
already had his powers.
He was the Nick Fury guy. Yeah. But it would have made the show, for me, it would have made the show more interesting had you brought in a guy where you, like, I don't know, you liked him, and then he kind of, you know, you see his, oh, fuck, he's going to be the next threat. But making him the fucking, because, okay, the biggest problem for me with this show is the main villain was garbage. I fucking hated Kylie. I think she was like whack. She didn't have a, I'm not watching this show. I'm not watching Marvel or comic books for real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, somebody was like, wait, so all the shit that goes down right there at the end, and Falcon grabs Carly or Kylie, whatever, I can't remember.
Carly.
Yeah, and brings her out, and like, you know, he's like bringing her out and like puts her up, like she's dead or whatever. And like, fucking Sharon Carter, your buddy, who's been shot in the gut, and who needs medical attention. You know, and obviously we get the whole thing with the setup of like, obviously Sharon Carter, if she's not the power broker, she's been working for the power broker.
It seems like she is the power broker.
That was blatantly, that was blatantly obvious throughout the entire.
But we don't know who she was on the phone with at the end there.
Some henchman, probably. You know, who knows?
Who fucking cares? Yeah, the show was. It's like for me, it's like everything else with Marvel. It's forgettable. It happens. It's great. Whatever. Don't care. But the main bad guy I thought was fucking weak. I think
this is the wrong place if you have not seen the final episode.
The arc for U.S. Agent was, I don't know. It just didn't work for me.
I actually, I'll be honest, man. Like I sympathize with that character.
The only character I cared about that I liked the arc was actually Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Bucky. I liked Bucky's arc. Falcons. I think it's fucking hilarious to me whenever any of these superhero movies, whenever they get their costume, how their character completely changed. Have you noticed? This guy was Will Smith on crack, and then when he got that fucking costume, he was stoic.
I think it was a gradual growth into it and then at the end when he's like, you know what? I'm taking the shield. He realizes the weight of that, especially after talking to the Black Super
Isaiah
Soldier.
Bradley.
I could see that. I
Yeah.
just think it's hilarious. It's like one scene to the next. I understand what you're saying, but I think it's funny when in the comic books it works more because you do that within a bunch of panels, so you can see it happening. And this was like one scene to the next, and he was that. It was like the last scene where he's throwing the frisbee, and then the next scene on the next show, he flies in, and he's like, "Okay, guys, I got this."
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be honest, man. I totally understand it. It is the costume.
Yeah.
I can tell you like, and it's limited experience, but you know, I was a drama kid in school. So that was my thing. I was in theater. I was like putting on a costume. Your posture changes. You change your demeanor, even your way of speaking sometimes can because you just I am now this character. I am putting on the Captain America thing and being like I am now Captain America. Like totally would be like this is you may get like every once in a while a moment where like you catch him off guard and he's like just being Sam Wilson, but in that moment cameras are on him. I'm Captain America. I can't like the weight of this mantle is on my shoulders. I need to like stand straight, hold it up, and be Captain America because the entire world is watching.
Well, would you have preferred like a bald eagle costume with like a beak and like
Sam Eagle from the Muppets?
Go on. I'm liking where this is going. Go on.
Well, you're onto something there.
Yeah, you're onto something. His bad guy should have been the garbage man. I like this. I like this character. I like this.
He just turns into Sam Eagle. I am Captain America.
I legit don't like Falcon. Never cared for that character. I don't care. The best thing about Captain America when it wasn't Steve Rogers, I think was when Punisher got it. I think he was like the coolest.
Oh, when he wore it for like a day and then
that was fucking cool. And then they took it away from him because he was too much.
Take
I like
that costume. Like take that off.
That was awesome. I love that shit. Because
like,
I mean, what's not America than mass shootings with guns? I mean, come on, that's perfect. I was.
So I've said it before, but there are fewer things in this world that I find scarier than cops idolizing the Punisher.
Yeah, but
like seeing those like pictures of like cop cars with like Punisher skulls on them, and like, dude, you are totally missing the entire point of that character. Like you're not supposed to want to be that character.
Yeah, you're the opposite. But
they need to be more like Black Falcon, right?
And then the end of
that's Captain America.
And then the end of it with that whole the speech was nice, but it got real political, and I was just like, oh god damn it! I didn't want my comic book movie to be political like this.
Great, man.
It was a good speech. It does.
I didn't find it as political as like some people are trying to say it was. Like some people are trying to paint it as like this like leftist propaganda Marxist shit, and I'm like no, dude, it's just a speech about like having a shared struggle and actually like trying to help each other out.
No, not necessarily that part. The whole Black Captain America thing where it was like they really honed in on that. You know what I mean? I was just like, bro, if it just happens naturally, it feels so much better. The fact that you're like zooming in on it,
I think they were testing the waters to see if they can do a Truth miniseries, and I think they found out they can.
Bro, at this point, Marvel could do whatever the fuck they want. People watch that shit. Even I watch that shit and I don't like it.
Yeah. Also,
you know what I mean?
Think we're now getting. I think we have a legit setup for Young Avengers.
Good, great.
We've got Giant Girl, who's now a teenager because her dad disappeared for 5 years and now she's a teenager. We've got Patriot because we got Isaiah's grandkid. We got Speed and Wiccan. We've got
Hawkeye.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop is going to be good. That's going to be a good show. If it's anything like the comic, it's going to be good.
What's her name? America Chavez.
No, fuck that. Throw her away. We don't need that.
I don't think we've gotten her in anything.
We don't need that.
Not yet, but she's gonna be.
We don't need that.
No. Well, it's gonna happen, Pedro. It's gonna happen.
Don't do it.
Whether you like it or not, it's gonna happen.
Just stop.
If they're gonna go forward with a secret invasion storyline, We can get Hulkling.
Sure.
But,
All these characters I couldn't care less about. 0%.
but also, somebody brought up like if they are doing a Secret Invasion storyline, it's very possible Sharon Carter may not be Sharon Carter.
Oh,
Facts.
that's true.
Facts.
Yeah. So I mean, again, like they're putting things in place.
Like they always do. See, this is the thing about all of this shit, and I keep saying it. At the end of, they make these shows for you to get hyped for the next one, and that's it. That's all
I
it is.
was satisfied with this show's like story.
Would you
Like,
go back? Would you go back and ever watch this again?
Yeah.
Be
This
honest.
one?
Be honest. Be honest.
This
Yeah.
one,
I'll go back and give it a rewatch in like a year or so, like when the next movie's gonna come out.
I true to God, the only Marvel movie I've seen I'm talking multiple times is Iron Man 1, because that shit's religious. That shit's great. I've seen Winter Soldier like a billion times, and fucking Ant-Man 2. Ant-Man 2 and Guardians. Those are the only ones.
Ant-Man
I love that movie. I love that one. That movie is just a fun, let's go fucking have fun.
It's
Like,
okay.
the only thing that I'm kind of like sad about is like one of my favorite things is like, you know, you're flipping through channels and you'll just like randomly come across Avengers or one of the Iron Man movies, and like I'll just stop and I'll be watching that. We won't ever get to do that with with these shows. Like, no, they're never gonna say like
you're living in a time capsule, bro. Who flips through channels, man?
I do.
Only you. Only you.
I do. In fact, there's still some pretty good shit on TV, bro.
No, I doubt it.
You guys
There's
remember
better shit on HBO Max, I guarantee it.
Do you guys remember when we were in high school, that show Biography?
No.
Did you know? You don't remember Biography on A&E?
0%.
No.
It was like 1 and 2 hour long episodes about like famous people.
No, that's what I like about you, Evan, bro. You keep the classics alive, baby. I love that.
So I recently found out this show is still on the air, like 30 years later.
Nope.
And they've been doing a special series on the WWE wrestlers. There have been 2 episodes so far. There was a 2-hour episode on Stone Cold. They just did a 2-hour episode on Roddy Piper. The next episode's on Macho Man. And I've been riveted. Like, I watched that Roddy Piper documentary, and my only thing that I regret is that it wasn't another 2 hours. Like, that shit, I was like just enthralled, like watching. I was like, oh. And they've also now introduced a show that's like, it's like wrestling meets Pawn Stars, and it's like WWE wrestlers going on the road, meeting with collectors to like get some of their stuff back for the WWE like to put on display. And like I just like watching like,
bro. Cable's a fucking deserted wasteland, man.
You're the last person.
The only person.
Listen, as long as my mom's alive, we're not getting rid of it in this house.
So
I might as well take advantage of it.
Hey, man, no, I like I said, I fucking think that's awesome that you're keeping that shit. I have a giant ass 50 fucking screen TV right here, right next to me. It's only used for fucking video games. That's it.
Jessica, it's every Sunday night at 8 p.m. on A&E. They're doing a different wrestler every week, and they're replaying the shit out of these because apparently they're getting good ratings. So they're just like replaying them like every other day. But it's Sunday night is when the episode first. I've been taking advantage of my DVR, so I've just been setting them to record, and then I can come back and watch them like skip through the commercials. And then this week. Yeah, the next week, May 6th, I believe it is, or the following week, Dark Side of the Ring on Vice Channel is coming back too, which is another like interesting as fuck like wrestling documentary show. But that one is like completely like they talk to people in the industry, but like they're not affiliated with the industry, so like WWE's not giving them like footage and stuff like that. So like they're doing everything like underground style. And that shit's like dope as fuck too, because they shed some light on like some old school like wrestling stuff that happened back in the day. It's like holy shit. So that's also worth checking out as well. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. So next up in June, we're getting the Loki series.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a
Um,
show.
yeah, and then when does the Hulu show, the one about
Modoc.
Modoc come out? Like I've been seeing the trailers for that.
The animated show.
Yeah,
I know.
the like claymation show.
I'll tell you what I'm really excited about. I've watched the trailer like 87 times. Is the What If show. The What If show. I don't know if it's the music in the trailer or the content or a mixture of both, but
Or just the intriguing, like, what if this had happened?
right. I love that whole alternate timeline thing, which that's why I'm so excited about the Multiverse of Madness, because we're probably going to see a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, the only thing I am interested in Marvel's phase, whatever they're on, is Multitude of Madness. That shit.
Multiverse.
Whatever. You know what the fuck. I don't care about any of this.
The trailer for
Multiple
Shang-Chi didn't look too bad.
Multiple madness, sadness, whatever. That shit looks cool.
I enjoyed the trailer for Shang-Chi.
Me too, but I am bitter as fuck because it's not my boy, and my boy got done dirty. That's it. I don't know anything about this character, bro. He was like in like 2 comic books. Yeah. He's not fighting dragons or nothing. Get out of here, bro.
We don't know. We'll see.
Weak shit. No, the homie over here last episode broke it down for me. He was just like a regular martial artist.
Yeah, he was in the comics.
Or he just fights regular motherfuckers.
Apparently, he's the son of the Mandarin.
Yeah, and he's like friends with Tony Stark in the fucking prison or whatever. And then my boy Iron Fist gets a whole TV show and doesn't fight one dragon, not even a single dragon, bro. Get out of here.
Hey, bro, it is what it is.
Get out of here with that weak shit, bro. Fuck that.
You know, if it makes you feel better, the Netflix stuff was like MCU adjacent and wasn't actually part of the MCU.
I actually like those things more than what the fucking Disney stuff puts out.
I read something, I don't know if it's true, but it was that they're bringing these Netflix characters into the MCU as other versions of themselves, meaning the stuff that happened on Netflix.
What ifs? It's going to be the what ifs.
Right.
I don't want that. I want those guys. They were so good. Just okay.
They're still going to be the actors.
Daredevil, Kingpin, and Punisher. You can't replace those. Those were perfect.
They're still going to be.
Cast.
No, they're gonna.
They're not going to be the main thing for the MCU. They said it. There's going to be like what if scenarios, like other.
No. Sorry. What I mean is the stuff that happened on Netflix is canon, like in another multiverse.
Right. That's a nice way of saying, hey, you like Star Wars? Now the extended universe still exists, but it's not really, a thing. No, I don't fucking like it.
But they're bringing. You don't know what they're going to do with those characters. They're bringing them into the MCU.
Right.
So we'll see. Really we'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Dope. They're going to make a cameo of it. I'm
really
excited.
I am holding out hope that in Spider-Man No Way Home, that they're going to bring in Peter Parker, my name's Matt Murdock, and I'm going to be your lawyer, and we're going to sue the Daily Bugle.
They said they're not, though. That's what pisses me off. They're not.
But they say they're not, and then we find out Alfred Molina apparently already filmed some shit.
Hopefully they do.
Yeah. So
I want Moon Knight too, bro. I like Moon Knight, but fucking, what are you gonna?
She-Hulk is coming out too.
She-Hulk is a cool character. Let's see if they do her good.
Yeah, we'll see.
The new comic books are horrible.
Well, I know the actress they hired for She-Hulk's a good actress.
I don't care about the actors. I care about the writers. That from what I've noticed, the Marvel stuff lets me down every time with the writing. Every fucking time. The performances are always good.
She-Hulk with Matt Murdock, because they're both
lawyers.
80s and 90s She-Hulk is godlike. It's so good. And then I don't know if you've read the new stuff where she's just more barbaric, like normal Hulk is. It's so bad. I'm worried that that's where they're trying to take it. I don't want that. I want the sassy, break the fourth wall. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want.
Yeah, you want the strong, powerful, sexy She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Not the I can be the same thing that my cousin is.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want you to be different because that's what's better. Anyway. Better show, Invincible.
It heated up this week.
Oh boy, that last episode though.
Yeah. So we are heading for the knockdown, drag out fight that we predicted we were heading for.
which for those of you who haven't read the comics, that happens in like the third issue.
Yeah.
What we're building up to happens in the third issue.
How's
So-
he gonna fight his dad?
Like this.
He's like every single time that they show his dad, they make it a point to show
Well-
that his dad is way more powerful. Than
Well-
Yeah,
he is.
yeah, and it did in the comic books too, bro. You're gonna
Yeah.
see. You'll see.
And you'll see.
You'll see.
Like those of us who've already read the comics, we know what happens.
Yeah.
We're not gonna spoil it for you. We'll spoil it for you on the next episode once the series has been completed.
I'll watch
Uh,
it. I mean, I'm caught up, but
Yeah.
uh,
But just you know.
Hold on. Let's just talk about that last episode.
Okay.
Because that last episode, holy, bro. Okay. In
First of all,
all of the comics, there
Did you
is
know that it'd been 8 months?
give or take, it did feel like a long time. Where
Because I felt like all this shit happened over the span of a couple of weeks.
well, there was a lot of shit that. Well, I
when
mean, yeah,
when
it
they're
could have been.
when
it
they're
could have
having
been
the
a couple
conversation, they're like, "Yeah, it's been 8 months since this happened." I was like,
the thing that sold it for me, that it's been a while, is when they go back to Eve and she's living in her own hut. She has her whole little setup in the middle of the forest. That's like, oh, it's been a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, that last episode in the comics, okay, for me, so straight up, just the way that episode was just put together is like, for me, it's masterful. There was so many moving parts going on at the same time that you're constantly on the edge of your seat. Because the second it starts to let up, and you start like chilling out, like, oh, okay, now it's gonna be Invincible talking to Eve because he just got his heart broken, and then all of a sudden, Omni-Man finds out that he has to find his son. Oh shit! And then it's fucking Cecil who has to find bro, it was so good. And then in the beginning, it was a robot getting his new body,
with the Mauler twins
and the Mauler twins, and that whole scuffle thing that they
bringing
had
the
to deal
immortal
with.
back to life.
Bringing the immortal back to Wolverine, I like to call him, bringing Wolverine back to fucking place. Which, by the way, in the comic books, I don't remember him getting cut like that. It was just his head and then a punch through the stomach, right?
If I recall, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think he's coming back, or maybe they do. I don't know. I mean, just all you got to do is Lego him, and he's fine.
Yeah. Then,
if
he's
Darth Maul
he's the
can come
immortal.
back-
He was
Well,
once president of the United States. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. I love that fucking. I love Invincible, guys. It's so goddamn good. Yeah, if you connect him like a Lego, he's fine. But yeah. So then you have the whole fight with the Muller twins, and then him coming out and letting the fucking rest of the Justice League know that he fucking cloned. Which that interaction with Rex and Clone Rex, godlike. It was just like, why are you fucking with me right now? What is this?
If I recall, in the comics, that doesn't happen till like
Oh, that's way late.
20, 30 issues in.
No, yeah, that's way late. They're
Yeah.
not in college. They already graduate from college. That's like way late.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole like robots also. The cyborgs.
The Reaniman.
Yeah, that shit was introduced. You got the kid who did that shit in college in like the first couple of issues, like way in the beginning. And then they come back to that at the way, like completely at the end of the comic.
Yeah.
That was like one of the last things.
Super fucked up.
Super dope. Super. But in the comics, this is what's cool about the comics. Obviously, we're not introduced to a bunch of superheroes yet. But in the comics, they get all these superheroes' bodies, and I'm not going to say one specific detail about it because they might do it. But they get a bunch of superhero bodies, and they make them reanimated like that. So it's just like a bunch of superhero, like robot fucking freaks fighting.
Yeesh.
It's so sick. And I want to see if they do Rex. Not Rex. I forgot the red T-Rex.
Dinosaurus.
Dinosaurus. Because that's like a really ridiculous fucking concept, but
Yeah.
like really good. That would be sick if they bring that shit to the screen. So yeah, so then we had that whole fucking like that him coming out to the rest of the Justice League, and they're just kind of like, bro, that is fucked up. Like, what are you doing, man? That's not cool at all. But then I never connected this in the comic books, but it's exactly the same thing as Monster Girl. He's in the exact same position as Monster Girl. All he wants to do is cure her so he could be with her.
Yeah.
But I never caught that in the comics. That's like literally what he was trying to do throughout the entire
I
thing.
mean, they go through an entire storyline in the comics where, like, he makes it. The reason why he makes his body like a teenage body is so that it would be compatible with Monster Girl's age.
Yep.
And then he eventually does cure her of that thing where she always like
The curse.
becomes younger and younger.
Yeah.
But then like they get together, they wind up going through that portal into that other universe where time moves differently. They live like an entire lifetime with each other where like they're together, they break up, they come back, you know, that's like a soap opera of the Invincible.
Well,
of the Invincible
that's
universe.
what makes Invincible so good. It is a fucking. It's so dramatic. Like so many. There's a bunch of like character moments. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
But yeah, Raul, he fights his father, and it's gonna go like how you think it's gonna go.
He's gonna get wrecked.
He is.
I want the.
Well, hold on. Before, because we know what happens. Raul,
what do you think is gonna happen?
What do you think is gonna happen? From everything that you've learned in this show so far, because that's what I think is interesting. And hold on, before you say anything, they've changed a lot of things where they caught me off guard. Like the whole thing with Wolverine, that's not the Molar twins that do it. That's the government. The government does it. That's how everybody finds out. So this was a brand new thing. I didn't even think they were going to bring Wolverine in.
I'm guessing his dad is going to try to tell him what's going on, and he's going to try to sway him into his side. But
what do you think is going on?
I think that the Viltrumites are sent to other planets to infiltrate and take over. That's what it seems like.
Okay.
I don't know because I haven't read the comics.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking.
And then I think, if anything, he got, I don't know, delayed because he met the wife and then they had a kid and then he kind of pushed it off. But I don't know. I guess he was I guess he wanted to stray away from that and was hoping that Mark would never develop powers secretly. Maybe he was hoping for that. So he would never have to do it. But now that he does, I don't know. There's something weird with the power thing with Mark. But I think he's going to get super wrecked. He's going to get maybe killed. I don't know. I want that cat monster guy that wrecked everybody.
Battle Beast.
He's going to show up and he's going to be like, oh, finally, a fucking guy I can blah, blah, blah. Then,
I don't know if that's going to happen, but that is pretty accurate of what happens in the comic books.
I mean, Battle Beast is just always looking for a fight.
That's it. That's his whole thing. That's why he's called Battle Beast. That's all he wants to do.
So I'm curious if the guy that came to test the protector of the Earth, Alan the Alien. I wonder if he's gonna show like Cecil calls him or some shit and like call it. I don't know.
Cecil doesn't even know of his existence.
Yeah, Cecil knows that every once in a while this alien shows up and that Omni-Man has fought him, but Cecil doesn't know anything about what
he doesn't know why he goes over there. He doesn't know what his deal is. That's like a strict. Alan the Alien is Goku. That's the best way to explain it. He picked up a job that does what he wants. He likes to fight because every time he fights, he gets stronger.
Wasn't Alan generated in a lab for this? If I remember,
dude, I don't remember the specifics. I know that way later, he gets his ass whooped and they put him in a machine and
then he becomes stronger and then they find out that
that's his genetics. That's his genetics. He always gets stronger after he's in a fight.
Yeah.
That's why he always goes back to like these Earth. He goes back to Earth like a million times. One, because he thought it was a different planet, so he's been going to the wrong planet for forever. And then two, because he likes fighting Omni-Man, because Omni-Man beats his ass every time, and he comes back stronger. That character, by the way,
he's a fun character.
He's a good character. That's a good character.
Yeah. And he grows a lot, in the comics.
Well, I don't know how deep they're gonna go with that in the show because it's the whole family and all that shit. He has like a family.
I am scared it's gonna happen. What we're thinking that maybe the numbers are not there.
Yeah,
and
I'm worried about
might
it.
just be like, I don't know if we're gonna bring you back for another season.
Yeah, because this was supposed to be the animated Boys, but it's not pulling the numbers like the Boys did. No. Unfortunately. People are too busy watching fucking winter shit.
I don't know if they advertised it as much as
They
did
fucking,
with the
it's
boys.
everywhere. That shit's everywhere. It's
I
just
thi-
that it came. It's unfortunate because it came out with the fucking monster that is Marvel. It came out at the same time.
I don't understand people like it's the shows are like 40 minutes each.
It's also not the same time slot, you know. Like,
Well,
you
it's
can watch
whatever
it
time
whenever.
slot you want.
Yeah.
Hey, and our group of friends have asked people if they've seen it. They just don't care to watch it.
Man, they're not true, bro.
I'm not saying that, but it's just the fact of the matter is people will.
And in our group of friends, the only ones that I can excuse are the ones with kids because they're
Yeah.
busy, doing parent shit.
But
Which, by
it is
the way,
what it is.
shout out to Buddy Mark, who just became a papa.
That's true.
Yeah.
Facts. But
I'm
It's a
trying
good
to
take.
think of who would enjoy this show because this isn't like
all
your
of our
typical-
friends would enjoy this show. This show's
I don't-
pretty damn good.
Like, I don't think Kathy would like this show.
Well, our guy friends,
John would probably.
actually, probably
it's
like
cool.
a couple of our girlfriends would probably like the show too.
John would.
I feel like
it.
Erica would enjoy this show, and
Yeah.
maybe Gloria.
I think I don't see. I mean, it's very bloody and it's very like violent, but there is. Okay, the most violent episodes are the first and the last episode that we've seen so far. Everything else is very much character building. That's all it is.
No, the episode before this last episode was bloody as fuck. That whole fight in the tower.
Oh no, that was the one
That was 2
before.
episodes ago.
That was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but that was a character. Okay, yeah, the fighting in that one was dope as fuck. But that was a character. It was the way for you to explain how naive Mark is because he believed this guy and being good. The whole point of that whole fight is just to show you don't trust this motherfucker because now you just created the kingpin. You know what I mean? That was like what that was. That's why I like this shit because there's like you see characters doing fucking even after his dad was like don't do it because people are out to get you, and then he was just like, "I'm Spider-Man. I trust people." And then
his dad was like watching the whole time, like a fucking creeper.
Yeah. They didn't even raise a finger, like even when his son might die.
And that's new because that wasn't in the
wait-
comic.
Just waiting for because I think this happens after the.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Don't say it. You almost said it.
I almost said it.
So there was something that they said where like the Viltrumite cells just don't die. So I'm guessing Mark is gonna get completely wrecked, and then I don't know. He's also half human, so I don't know how that shit works.
I want to say so bad, but I could tell you what Viltrumites do because they did explain a little bit in the show. Viltrumites are pretty much like Superman without the necessity of the sun. Their strength charges. So essentially, the strongest ones are the oldest ones. That's usually how it progresses because they just constantly get stronger. You know what I mean? Just naturally, and they also age at a very slow rate. That's like Nolan is fucking super old, compared to his wife, and that's why Mark he ages normally up until he got his powers, and now we're gonna start seeing it, slow down. Besides that, I can't say anything else without spoiling what might happen because I don't know what might happen. But yeah, that's the idea of it. So essentially, the older you are as a Viltrumite, you're technically stronger than the younger one. Yeah. That's why Nolan said you're too young. You'll get stronger with age. So,
all right. Well, we talked Invincible, we talked Mortal Kombat, we talked Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know what time it is, Pedro?
Can I see your deck?
Hell yeah! It's deck pick time. A little bit different this time. This time we're going through some Marvel superhero magnets.
Damn, that's fancy.
Yeah. I found these on the same from the same place where I got some of the trading cards, and I was like, "Oh, this looks cool." Plus, if they're cool, I can just throw them up on the closet door and stuff like that. So, well, let's see. We got 2 packs of these. There's 5 per pack, and this nice little like pop open sleeve.
I want the first one to be Falcon so bad.
Well, it
Just
looks
for
like
Pedro.
this is nice. They're like
Such a
nice little.
shitty character, man.
Looks like our first one
It's
here.
your boy.
It's Doc Ock.
Look at that '90s Spider-Man font. That's like the best.
They're pretty nice. They're kind of that like glossy. And then there's kind of like you get like a little bit of that like image in the background too that the characters like superimposed on top of. Got that like foil on the lettering. And of course they're magnets, so they're kind of all like stuck to each other. All right. There you go. It's your boy, Pedro.
Oh.
I love Doctor Strange, bro.
Yeah.
Super sick.
Classic.
What's the comic the first comic I read of his that got me introduced? It's up there. I don't know. I forget the name.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. Doctor Strange is sick.
You know what? Let me do this.
Hold on. Let me see.
There we go.
Oath. It's called The Oath.
And we got some Galactus action.
Who's not a Celestial. I always thought he was.
No. Galactus eats Celestials for breakfast, depending on what story you're reading. And we've got.
Ooh.
Hell
Wally.
yeah!
Nice.
Gambit.
Yeah.
Man, you got a couple of good ones, man.
Well, they're magnets. I doubt they were gonna make like magnets for like some like weird unknown characters.
Watch
Carly.
the next one. Watch the next one be Carly or something.
Yeah, that's right, Carly. Oh.
And we got Cap. Classic 90s Cap. And then I guess there's a checklist that I guess comes with like everything.
Is there
like
one shitty character? Hold on, let me see if there's a shitty character.
There's 50 in the set.
No, they're all heavy hitters. Every last one.
Beta Ray Bill.
with only 50.
Beta Ray Bill, hell yeah, bro. Fucking top shelf.
All right. Let's open up the other pack. I only have 2 of these. But maybe I'll order some more. We'll see if they're still available and if they're reasonably priced because over the pandemic the cost of trading cards have been going up. Oh. Well, right off the bat, we've got ourselves a repeat. So, Pedro, I'll hang on to this for you.
I love the fact that he has the shocker ready and loaded. Do you see that?
It's a strong hand, man.
It's the strength. Let me get you on my strong hand.
2 in the pink and 1 in the stink.
2 in the goop, 1 in the poop.
Shocker.
Oh, heavy hitters.
Nice.
That's all you get from these kind.
Oh, and wait a minute. I don't know if you get. We've got a little bit of a sticky situation here. Hang on.
That's what he said.
Oh no, it's just like the sticker that's on the magnet is a little off, off of the axis. This just brings back 90s memories for me, man. Fucking Deathlock.
I don't know anything about
Oh, he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. But fucking Deathlock, man. Cybernetic fucking zombie guy. And
I dig it.
you got another
Not a heavy hitter.
another repeat.
Yeah, that's a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy was fucking rocking the bowl cut since fucking
And
67, bro.
We got your favorite.
Ooh, it's the boy. I sell rhymes like dimes. Dr. Doom.
Classic, fantastic.
I love that. Oh wait, no, I was gonna make a joke about him having that holster, but he does have a gun. He has that little laser gun that he uses.
Mm-hmm.
He's like ultra powerful. Why the fuck would he need a gun?
Yeah. So overall,
Because he got a Glock, bro. He's just shut your mouth, son.
Yeah. So overall,
Not even my block.
Not a bad haul at all. We got some nice ones. I might have to order a couple more packs of these if they're reasonably priced.
Dr. Doom.
Plus, I don't need to find sleeves or anything for them. Just gonna walk up to a metal surface and go bam.
Blop.
Pretty good.
So always, shit like this is awesome. I fucking love it. But yeah, there's 50 cards out there. We have 8 of them because we got 2 repeats. So we'll see. Maybe if I can find them at a good price, maybe if I can find a box of them or something, maybe we can see what we can do with that. But anyways, that's gonna pretty much wrap us up for this week. We will be talking about the finale of Invincible on our next episode.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know is there anything else coming out between now and then? Or we got any other movies releasing anywhere?
Just video game stuff. I don't know about.
I think Loki comes out like June 11th, and then they released a few more of the Legends things from what I read.
You guys excited for Loki? Because I don't give a fuck.
That's gonna be time travel-y stuff, so I'm all about that.
I love that kind of
It's
shit.
It's gonna be what the last few seasons of Doctor Who should have been, Rag.
Maybe.
Ever since Stephen Moffat stopped caring and the show started going down.
We need more timey-wimey in our lives.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, look at this.
How many? Oh yeah. I remember that shirt.
I love that shirt.
What was I forgot what I was gonna say. The shirt distracted me.
It's so good. Shout out to John for giving me this.
Shout out to Gus for the mug.
Shout out to NoFX. I'm wearing their shirt.
And shout out to Stone Cold and The Rock for giving us 3 great main
Oh,
events.
that's what I was gonna ask. Are you guys excited for the show?
For Loki?
Yeah.
I am, just because the time travel.
I'm gonna watch it just to see how everything ties together. But like, I've never been that Loki stan
Neither
that
do I.
a lot of people are.
Don't care for him.
A lot of people have this like weird like obsession with like, oh, I love Loki, and it's like, why? Like, I understand like he's a compelling character and all that, but like, and I know that Tom Hiddleston, like if anything, I'm a fan of Tom Hiddleston. I watch that man in anything he does. But but I don't know. Like Loki, Loki's the villain. He's the bad guy. He kind of is what he is. I'm not. I don't understand like the obsession that people have.
Neither do
with
I.
him. But I'm still gonna watch it because I watch everything.
Blood and Thunder. We got Zeus. Is
Russell Crowe, right?
Russell Crowe as Zeus.
Yeah, they're gonna start introducing the.
That's another movie I'm excited for. I like me some Thor. I saw Ragnarok like a bunch of times.
You think if we're gonna get Zeus, you think we're gonna get Hercules?
Of course. I don't think Zeus or Hercules are going to be a big part. I think they're just going to introduce them. Yeah. Well, they're going to use the Disney method, and they're going to introduce you so they can make a whole franchise out of it.
Well, I mean, look, Hercules, longtime stable in Marvel Comics as a member of the Avengers. Like, always an on and off teammate of them. Had his own comic for a long time.
Pretty weak, yeah. That was true.
So...
That character sucks, man.
Hey, who's worse? Hercules or Beta Ray Bill?
What are you talking about? Beta Ray Bill is dope as fuck. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Beta Ray Bill's dope, bro.
What are you talking about, Beta Ray Bill, bro? Get out of here with that shit. That motherfucker looks cool as hell. He's not a horse, though.
Nope. Don't call him a horse.
Don't call him a horse. He ain't a horse.
He'll hit you a Stormbreaker right over the head.
That's the thing that does fuck me up, though. If they ever do Beta Ray Bill, how is he going to...
They've already used the name for...
How are they going to bring that? How are they going to do that
They'll come up with another name.
Yeah,
They'll
but...
craft him his golden hammer that he uses.
Yeah. And how about that frog? Which one? What was his name? The frog Thor?
Was Thor.
No.
Loki turned Thor into a frog, and the frog wielded Mjolnir.
Was that what happened? I
Yeah.
thought it was just a different dimension.
No, it was Loki turned Thor into a frog. Then later on, when they were doing like the whole like animal comics with like Peter Porker and all of that, they introduced like the Thor frog. But no, it's
Wait. Wasn't that actually factual? Not factual because it's not real. But didn't that happen in Norse mythology? Didn't Loki turn Thor into a fucking frog?
Loki did all kinds of mischievous shit.
He did. I think that was one of them. I think he turned him into a frog.
But I know they did the storyline in Marvel, and that's an iconic image is Frog Thor. Like,
I thought that was just another one because I know there's a couple of like Thor-looking characters, and I know one is Beta Ray. You have Thor, and then there was another one.
The other one was a guy named Eric Masters, who became a character by the name of Thunderstriker.
I don't remember that. I don't remember what he looks like.
Do you remember there was a time period in like the late 80s, early 90s where like Thor had this like full beard?
Yeah.
It was
short hair, right?
Yeah, it was the whole thing with like, Eric Masters was like the new like identity. And then it turns out like, no, Eric Masters was Eric Masters, and he had the ability to wield Mjolnir. And then when Thor like showed up for real, like they gave him like a mace it's called Thunderstriker.
I remember that. Yeah, the mace.
It looked like a club, but it had like metal on the end of it.
Holy shit! Dude. Yeah. I remember that shit. Yeah.
Black Widow's coming out in July, right?
And I will be seeing that in theaters because I'm not paying $30 on Disney Plus.
Oh, you're gonna have to pay for that one?
I think it's gonna be one of those like where they release it in theaters and online at the same time. And for like the first like month or so, it's gonna cost $30, and eventually it'll become available to watch.
I'll wait for that because
I am vaccinated. Shit. So I will brave the world, and I will go to the movie theaters and watch that.
Damn, what a brave motherfucker!
Yeah. Is Multiverse of Madness coming out this year or next year?
I believe next year because I think they're filming. Like they had to delay filming because of the pandemic. And
there's another movie coming out in the fall. Maybe it's Spider-Man.
Well, I think
Spider-Man is the end of the year.
Set to come out now.
Spider-Man's end.
We got a trailer.
End of the year is Spider-Man, right?
Maybe.
I think so. I think it's
Marvel releases 2021. So we've got Black Widow July 9th, Shang-Chi September 3rd, Eternals November 5.
Oh, that one.
No Way Home December 17th.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Eternals and Spider-Man. And
just because I want to see Swole, Kumail, and Johnny.
That's your.
I would be more excited for them if I knew who the fuck the Eternals was. I don't know anything about the Eternals. This new phase of Marvel is just grabbing characters I've never heard of.
The Eternals are the race that Thanos is a member of.
No, I know what they are. I just never read a single. I don't know anything. I've never read anything about them.
But so far, like this iteration of Guardians, nobody knew anything about it. It turned out to be pretty fucking good.
That's true. That's the only one that I went and saw, and I'm like, I love this shit.
So maybe with Eternals, kind of following this same thing of like, here's a property that people don't really know anything about. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised.
The only issue I have with it that I don't think it's gonna, lightning doesn't strike twice. The only thing is that when you saw an image of all the Guardians together, each one of them vomited fucking personality in your face. When I saw the picture of all the Eternals, I felt nothing. I just saw people.
It's a good cast. They're good actors.
Doesn't matter. I didn't see any character in any of them.
It's going to be a comedy like Guardians,
I withhold judgment until I've seen it.
No, I agree. But
I don't think you hire a guy like Kumail Nanjiani for his dramatic acting.
That's true.
Don't get me wrong. Comedians, I think, make great dramatic actors. But I think you probably brought him in to do a little bit of
who's the director? Who's the director? That's a good way.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
Yeah. If it's
By the way, speaking of comedic actors, doing like serious stuff, friggin' nobody was fucking dope. With Bob Odenkirk.
It's on my list because
Never-
I'm hearing good things about it.
Oh
didn't see
man,
it.
like it's like a level of action, like kind of like John Wickish, but then at the same time, it's like it's not John Wick at all. Like it does its own thing. And all I need to tell you, Rag, Christopher Lloyd shooting motherfuckers with a shotgun.
Why you should have led with that.
Signed, sealed, delivered. Let's do it.
That's it.
Christopher Lloyd plays his dad, and
Wow.
this is say, and the RZA is his brother.
Woo!
Okay. I mean,
And-
come on, bro.
And there's a big old fight sequence with all three of them like fighting off a ton of motherfuckers, and it's just Christopher Lloyd like, boom.
Dude, I'm there. I'm watching it this weekend.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Eternals don't. The cast photo of the characters don't. I don't think they have a person. It's very important when you do things like that because when you first got Guardians, I didn't know what any of those characters were because I never read anything from them, or at least not this iteration. I read the one with the Mohawk and those guys, but I didn't read anything from those Avengers, the Guardians. But one of the pictures was, I think it was Star Lord with his like flicking off the camera, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is what we're getting. Okay,
Yeah.
we're getting some personality here.
I love. I don't know. We'll see. And we're. I think we're probably due for a trailer for Eternals. I don't know if there's like any press events happening in the near future. Obviously we're not having cons. I feel like if we would have had cons last year, we would have gotten a teaser by now.
I would imagine we'll have a lot of those trailers in front of Black Widow, but maybe they'll drop before that.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it's Black
Widow's July 9.
Right. So that's
Do
already.
we know? Are they doing Comic-Con like digitally this year?
I don't know. Maybe they'll do a hybrid since there's a lot of people vaccinated, but it is California, so I don't know.
We ain't getting shit from California.
I know I continue to get MegaCon emails.
Yeah, that's coming back in September.
Yeah. But I'm
okay.
going to probably wait another year before I go to MegaCon.
Why? You're vaccinated, bro. You're immortal now, man.
Yeah, but
Come
I don't know what the rush is going to be like, if it's going to be like very crowded. And I've gotten used to like having elbow room.
If anything, this year will be the year because it won't be that crowded.
That's true. We'll see. And is there anything going on with SuperCon here in Miami? Because that's never crowded. That always has elbow room. And I'll be honest, I just want to go and see if there's any cool like D&D shit. I want to get myself a dice tower and stuff like that. I
play D&D?
Yeah.
You guys are finally started the campaign?
Yeah, we finally started the campaign. We've been playing every week.
Nice.
But I've got old school, Pedro. Oh, cord got stuck on there. I got me a dice bag. I got me an old school dice bag.
Oh shit, Crown Royale. That's nice. That was a fancy nutsack you got there, bro.
That's the nicest nutsack I've ever seen.
It's a vintage.
A vintage nutsack.
I went old school, like no. And back in the 80s, we didn't have stores that sold fancy schmancy dice bags. You went up to Dad's liquor cabinet and you grabbed the Crown Royale velvet bag that the bottle came in, and that's what you put your dice in.
Or you could just be a delinquent and go to the fucking the liquor stores and just steal them. But I never did it.
God, man.
I never did it, but I mean, I heard.
The only thing is we didn't have regular Crown Royale in this house, so I don't have the purple bag. The like that original like deep blue purple like Crown Royale bag.
I got like a bunch of those because I used to drink a lot.
Yeah. This is from Crown Royale Apple. That's why it's green.
Oh, what a fancy motherfucker!
Hey,
that's pretty nice.
It's a Crown Royale Apple is good when like you're making like if you're cooking like some apples with like some cinnamon and sugar, like to put in something, you throw a little Crown Royale apple in there to kind of booze it up a little bit.
Que fancy? What
You know?
what class is your D&D character?
Monk,
Oh, what's his name?
Thurl Ravenscroft.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Do you play too, Raul? You're in their campaign?
I played a couple of community things with a couple of friends, but I haven't gotten like a campaign like steady like that or anything.
Oh.
I was trying.
But I
to
enjoyed it.
I was trying to convince our DM to like, dude, like, there's 5 of us in the group, and it's his first time DMing, so he's a little like, he doesn't know if he wants to open it up to more people. But it's like, dude, we could add a 6th or 7th person. I think no problem.
Yeah. I
You
didn't get
know?
the invite. I wasn't cool enough.
Oh, me
Well,
either.
it's like a small group, mainly from this other group of friends.
You hear that? We're
And-
losers, Pedro.
I get it, bro. It's fine.
Man,
I'm only,
listen,
I got a no effects shirt. I smell bad. It's just what it
listen,
is.
We don't.
Pedro,
we don't have
you
green
sound like the kind of
nutsacks.
guy who knows what he's doing. I am totally willing if you wanna start your own campaign. I can
No.
play more than one campaign at once.
No. I don't want to DM. DMing is boring. I like playing the game.
Really? Because I've been kind of looking at it. DMing kind of looks like fun. You get to like invent all the scenarios. You get to almost kill your friends.
It's fun, but then it's like you don't have any control of what they do. You just have to like kind of like design a
Right,
situation and what they can possibly
But
do.
when they piss you off, you throw a beholder at them. Like,
Yeah, but then that doesn't make you a good DM. That's like whack. It's whack. My DM, dude, shout out to that guy, fucking Max. He's fun. He's been DMing for us for like a couple of months now. I told him what my backstory for my character. My character's, you know me. I'm an edgelord. I like that edgy shit. I made my guy pretty much Blade.
okay.
His mother got killed by vampires, and he's part vampire now. He just wants to kill all vampires. And I gave him a bunch of things in the beginning of the campaign. I was like, okay, so my character, what?
What's his
class? My class is a drow rogue.
Okay.
I told him,
guy's a human monk.
right. I assumed when you said monk. My character, I told him from like the beginning. I'm like, okay, so my character, I don't know why, but I painted a picture like he could go many ways. So I was like, my character doesn't know why, but his eyes glow red with like smoke, kind of like Spawn.
Okay.
Like in specific situations. So I let the DM tell me when that happens. I just wanted it to happen. And then with that, he just kind of wrote me into like this character in which that I don't know if this is what's happening because he hasn't told me yet, but I feel like I might have like awakened like vampire power. That every time my eyes start glowing red is when I'm enraged. Whenever I'm in the middle of a fight, he just says, "Oh, by the way, Sid's my character's name is Sid. Your eye starts glowing, and you don't know why." I'm like, "Okay." And then he starts saying like you're like in a dire hunger, like you're really hungry. And I've realized after a couple of campaigns that the only way I'm vegan in real life, so I made my character kind of vegan. I found out later that it only went away when I started eating raw meats. So I'm like, oh, the blood. There you go. Shout out to this.
Eventually, your character might start snacking on some of the people that you fight.
The best thing is that in my campaign, one of my teammates is a fucking straight up priest. So that's going to be interesting.
But that is interesting.
Yeah.
I have a theory, and I don't know my character's background. My character is was like a monk initiate, so he's still pretty young. Wakes up in the middle of the road, like outside of his monastery. Goes running back to the monastery because like, what the fuck happened? Everyone is dead. Goes, finds like his master. His master's like in his dying breaths, and like grabs like this amulet that the master has and like gives it to him. And like, so now like my character's like carrying that, and this amulet looks like it's somehow like cracked, but like outward, like if something like came out of it.
Yeah, burst it out.
But like the fact that like my character woke up like alone on the road outside of the monastery, and everyone else is dead, is leading me to believe that like I wonder if like my character had something to do with like what happened, and was like spared by like whatever like malevolent force or whatever was because maybe like it's to serve like another purpose or something.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's weird, like because that's one of the things I love about the game is like I have an idea of like what my character is, but like the DM is like oh
He's in
this is
control
gonna
of it.
happen, you know.
Yeah. That's what I liked about DMing is that if you have people who like are legit into it and they give you a backstory and like possibilities, you have like you're like, okay, now I know my lane. I know where I could take this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, when you just have a character just that exists, oh yeah, I'm a human bard and I like playing or a human archer or whatever. I'm just whatever, and there's like nothing specific. It kind of like you just don't know where to go with it, you know.
Yeah.
D&D is fun, bro. D&D is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I just leveled up to my character leveled up to 8 last night.
I'm still a level 2 because we just started.
Yeah.
So like I haven't even chosen my monastic tradition yet. Which I'm torn. I don't know if I want to go. I'm either gonna go Way of the Open Hand is the way that I'm leaning right now, which is just a traditional monk, or if I want to go Way of the Shadow, which is like the more like ninja type. Which if I go Way of the Shadow, I'm just gonna become Batman.
That's I
step into a shadow and disappear.
If you're asking your boy, I would always go with the edgelord shit. So
listen, be whatever you want, unless you can be Batman. Then always be Batman.
Of course, always be Batman.
Always be Batman. But yeah, like I haven't decided yet. I kind of want to go open hand because I feel like if it leads into like this backstory that I think it might lead to, it'll be just interesting because like that like. No, but like I'm a peaceful person who's trying to do good, but at the same time I did this like horrible thing that, you know,
Batman. That's all I gotta say. If you could do it,
yeah.
Batman or Blade or just model your character after a fucking superhero. that's where I like going. I like doing that shit.
There you go. But yeah, I do. I've seen it like on. Fuck it, I've seen it on Critical Role. Because I've seen it like on D&D like streams, and it's like fuck it, it's Critical Role. It's the biggest D&D stream out there. It's the one that I think is the most watched. Where like you bring in every once in a while, you bring in like a guest character.
My campaign has a guest character every time we have like a main quest. There's a guest. We had one where
like is it like your DM playing an NPC?
No,
or is it like does he actually bring in like a buddy or someone to
so
play?
he plays D&D. He's in like 2 different campaigns, and this is he's DMing for us. So in his other campaigns, the DMs from his other campaigns are linking our stuff. That's why I think he's going with the vampire thing, because one of them deals completely into like the supernatural stuff, like vampires, werewolves, all that kind of shit.
Right.
And his character is from that one. And he's pretty much connecting. Like he told me he wants to connect.
He's bringing in his character from the other campaign,
not his character, not his character, but characters that exist, not necessarily played by somebody in his group, but people that he's encountered. He's encountered. He brought like somebody else from his campaign to come in and play that character. So we had a character called Teak, who was just this like lizard kingdom's son, like the king's son, and then our barbarian beat the king and became the lord of the lizard people and inherited his son. and he was played by a friend of our DMs, and he played him like a complete joke. Like he sounded like a New York Jew. It was so funny. It's so funny. He was always just like, oh, I shouldn't go in that water. It might be filled with magnesium. It was so good, man. It was so good. I'm like, yo, why is Tink such a punk, bro?
That's one of the things. That's one of the things I've decided is like, if there's any way that like my monk can like from time to time like pick up like something to disguise himself with, so that I could just like interact with someone, do like a different voice, I'm gonna fucking take it.
Yeah, that's what my rogue does. I have like costume kits, disguise kits, all that shit.
Obviously, it's not the archetypal thing, but I don't want to be the like archetypal thing. Yeah, like I already decided. It's like the second I get a chance to like loot a short bow off of someone, I'm gonna take it because I'm not gonna be that monk that like in every single battle is like jumping in and fist fighting everyone. It's like, no, I'm gonna pick up a short bow and like, oh, there's a big monster.
Okay, you shouldn't have gone monk then, because the specialties is all hand.
Yeah, the specialties are like that, but they're not adaptable in every fight. Like,
right, but I mean that's why I don't go.
And
monk.
when you have a cleric and a druid in your party who've never played the game before, like you might want to
you pick it up quick, man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Bro, the first time I ever played D&D, I thought for some reason our characters, since we were the main characters, we were indestructible. We went into a new town. One of the people in this crowd was talking shit to one of my other players, and I'm always like some sneaky shit. I like that shit. So my other character was an assassin, and the guy was talking shit to my guy. So I poisoned his beer, and he drank it and foamed it, and it killed him. Day one, killed him, and then the DM didn't like that. I guess he didn't like that, so he
didn't like you being a murder hobo.
He was just like, okay, I'm going to make you regret that. And I was like, all right. And then the next campaign, he turned him into, well, he rolled to see if it would, like, what he would be. He wrote out all the possibilities of what that character could have been. And he rolled to see what it was. Turned out that guy was the family man preschool teacher who was beloved by the entire fucking community. So the whole fucking town was looking for a fucking assassin, and I couldn't go back to that town. I had to find a way out. He's just like, well, he was like, it was either that, the president. Like, one of the options was president, son of the mayor, king. So it was just like high tier shit. He was just like, let's see where the dice goes, man.
In my mind, I like to imagine that your DM had like 20 choices in front of him, and he rolled a d20.
Yeah, that's it. He was like, all right, you're going to get fucked because now you killed the preschool teacher who everyone loved. I was like, damn it. Oh, shit. Let's get out of this fucking place.
Although I do find that story hard to believe, that he's the preschool teacher that everyone loved, but he was talking shit in a crowd to your boy.
Hey, man, doesn't matter. He was drinking beers, bro. That's why I poisoned him. It was like, let me take a look at that beer real quick.
But nobody knew it was you.
Yeah. I was an assassin. I was just hanging out.
Stealth check.
Look at this fucking beer real quick. Let me just fucking a little bit of this and get the fuck out of here. It was so good. Yeah. I love D&D. D&D is so much fun. No, bro, my DM is so creative with this shit. Like, he obviously knows what he's doing. He put in so we went into the sewers in one of the chapters or whatever episodes. We went into the sewers to like find out why this water was like it was like unfiltered. It was like really fucking up the city. And we went in there to see if we could like fix it.
Wait, was your campaign in Detroit?
So we went in the water system, and then we found a cave, and we went down like these sewer drains or whatever, and we found like this big ass like door. And when we opened it, there were a bunch of tortugas. I forget the fucking name of the turtles. Yeah, and they had big hats. One was blue, purple, red, and orange.
Oh.
And he just made the Ninja Turtles. So we have the Ninja Turtles in our campaign. And another time me and Louis in on my campaign. We went back. We just wanted to hang out with the turtles. So while these guys were doing something else, we went to go just chill with the turtles. They don't like pizza. They like spaghetti. So we brought them some spaghetti with and we created in this universe. We created gummy worms. So we put gummy worms in the spaghettis, and they loved it. So with that offering, we're like, oh man, you guys are so dope. This guy passed by. He's been like watching you guys and taking pictures for the local newspaper. Like, he was like drawing sketches of us. He's like, yeah, he told us to give you this gift. We were like, what's his name? It was like Pietro Paladin or something like that. Some stupid name like that. I was like, what's the gift? And he's like, it's a bracer that shoots out glue. It was Peter Parker. Spider-Man gave us his fucking web shooters. So we're like, no, bro. Yeah. All we did was go hang out with the fucking turtles, and we got gifts.
There you go.
So sick.
But yeah, like I've been just doing like, man, I can't shut my brain off. Like, just coming up with like all these different like ideas for characters. You know, the Dragonborn Paladin, the Tiefling Cleric.
Yeah.
You know, just like all these like things. Are like, man, like what can I get? Like, what kind of like of race can I get that doesn't match with the class normally?
Yeah. It's the
You
best
know?
things. It's Hellboy and fucking Nightcrawler. It's the coolest shit in the world.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're at an hour and 35 minutes. I completely forgot we were on air.
Yeah,
talking about
and
this.
we don't usually talk D&D on the show. And
Yeah.
we're not in the same campaign, so it's not like we can compare anything. Anyways, if you've stuck around with us this long, thank you guys so much for being true diehard friends. As always, we ain't found Sith on all the socials. We ain't found Sith at gmail.com if you want to go old school and send us an email. Until next time, see you later, Sith